Yo, what's up, MG fam? It's your boy McGruff, and we're back with the NBA Live 10 New York Knicks Rebuild. Alright, so I was going to bring you guys the gameplay footage for the Eastern Conference Championship game, but unfortunately, every time I play this thing, the game freezes up in the second quarter for some reason. It wasn't doing that previous seasons. I checked the disc, make sure it wasn't scratched up, but something, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the file that's corrupted or something. I'm not sure, but instead of giving you guys gameplay, what I decided to do is wrap this series up, and we're going to simulate all the way until we win an NBA championship. So we're still here in the conference finals. You guys can see that we're up 3-1 against Philadelphia. This was going to be our closeout game, and man, I wanted to hoist the trophy up in front of our fans. But let's get on to it, baby. So in the Western Conference, we got LA and Houston still tied at 2. And we're going to simulate and see if we can make it to the NBA Finals. We may face LA because Kobe got these guys going crazy. Alright, so the Lakers ended up winning 4-2, and we're still in the dogfight with Philly. And we'll take this one and we'll move on to our first ever NBA Finals in this series. Going up against Kobe and the Lakers, these guys have experience. They won the NBA championship in our first season, and they're looking to get their second in 3 years. And now it's tied, and oh man, the Lakers won 3 in a row, and we blew a 2-0 lead, and the Lakers are your NBA champions of 2013. And your boy Kobe Bean Bryant, rest in peace, man, one of the GOATs, ended up winning the NBA Finals MVP award. Kobe had 19 points per game. He was probably distributing more than often because he only averaging 19.7. Kobe normally do 30. You already know how he gets down. And this team wasn't even that loaded. They came in as an 8 seed, and they ended up going all the way to the finals and getting a W. So he had Verja on his team, Lamar Odom, Ron Artest, a lot of guys that he's been playing with for a long time. Got another championship under the ring of Kobe Bryant. So we're going to simulate to the next season, and we're going to try to load this team up and get some more players in here so we can win a championship, yo. So we re-signing players at this moment. We're going to do everybody. James Harden's going to get his deal back, and we're going to give my boy Gallinari another go at it, and we're going to let Steve Nash go to the free agency. Okay, so we got some interesting players retiring this year. We got T-Mac going, Dirk is out of here, and Duncan, and my boy Shaq finally retires from the NBA. At least Shaq got to experience another NBA Finals. We wanted to give him one to go home with, bro. So on to the free agency. Dwight Howard is on the market. Al Jefferson. You got Mo Williams, Jameer Nelson, and Kobe is out here also. And we don't have a lot of cap room, so we're going to look to get that backup point guard to replace Steve Nash. We're going to go with a young Johnny Flynn who is 24 at this moment. So Dwight Howard will stay in Orlando. And you got Al Jefferson going to Golden State, Mo Williams to San Antonio. All right, so Jameer Nelson goes to Toronto, and Kobe goes to Sacramento. Kobe said he's not leaving his LA home. He's going to go straight to Sacramento. He's not going to change coast. He's going to stay where he's comfortable. So now we're into the 2013 season. We're going to go ahead and simulate all the way to the All-Star break to see where our team stands. And on the west side, you got Memphis leading this thing, Portland behind them, and Houston and OKC balling out over there. So on the west side, you don't have Kobe and the Sacramento Kings in playoff contention at the moment, or the Lakers. And on the east side, Philly's still doing their thing, boy. These dudes are 46-5, so they're looking like a favorite once again. And we're in third place at this moment. And Boston rolling, got their thing going on, man. Carmelo finally got this team ready to ball. And you got Charlotte right there behind them in Cleveland. And the MVP candidate so far this season, you got Iggy still balling over there in Philly. And you got Brandon Roy behind him, Kevin Martin, and D-Wade, and KD. So this is a pretty interesting fight for the MVP this year. And I'm surprised no LeBron James. So after we simulated the end of the season, you got Portland still holding things down. Dallas, OKC. A lot of these teams that made it to the playoffs last year ended up going again. The Lakers on the outside looking in this year without Kobe with a 37-45 record. And you got Kobe and the Kings also with a 37-45 record. So Kobe improved the Kings record. And the Lakers' record declined ever since Kobe left. We knew that was going to happen. And on the East side, you got Philly, 69-13, y'all. Balling. Got ATL behind them. Milwaukee got Boston, Orlando, Dwight Howard and them right in front of us. So we fell all the way to the 6th spot, and Charlotte and Washington balling it out. And at the end of the season, Iggy ended up taking the MVP award. And you got Ruben Adams as the most improved player. And Amari takes the Defensive Player of the Year. And Tanner Scott, the Rookie of the Year. And the Sixth Man of the Year goes to Jared Bayless. And the Coach of the Year, once again, Eddie Jordan, man. This dude is balling. He must have got a cheat code in this game. And the playoff tree is set up. You got some pretty good matchups in the first round. Portland is the top seed on the West, and Philly is the top seed on the East. So we're going to simulate the whole playoffs. Let's see if we can make it to at least the second round. And Milwaukee kicked us out in the first round, 4-2. Hey, these guys got payback finally. So in the finals this year, we got Phoenix once again in the finals. This is the second time in 4 years. And you got Washington, the 8th seed. This game love 8 seeds, yo. They made it to the NBA Finals with the 8th seed. Oh, man. Let's see what this matchup brings. So you got the Wizards coming out on top. So Agent Zero, Gilbert Arenas, balled out of control. He turned it up in the playoffs. He averaged almost 23 points per game in the finals. Balled out of control. This team wasn't even loaded like that, yo. They had Gilbert Arenas. They had Jose Calderon. I'm trying to find anybody else. Kwame Brown. I know Stephen A. Smith is like, oh, man, this dude got a championship. You ain't gonna never hit the end of this one. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to simulate to the next season. I guess we got to go in a little deeper. We got to add some talented players to get a championship by simulate. I know I could have won it in that season that we were in the Eastern Conference Finals, but hey, we got to take another approach here. So we're going to sign a lot of the guys back, bring them on back in. We're going to let some guys walk. And we're going to try to save a little money so we can sign a big-time free agent. I know KD will be on the market this year, so we're going to look to go at him. So now let's move on to the free agency period, baby. We got to sign KD, baby. We got to bring him to New York. So KD is one of the top players in this year's free agency. He asking for almost $55 million over 4 years. And we got enough money for him. So we're going to sign him. We're bringing KD on to New York, man. This might be the missing piece for an NBA championship. But we also going to bring in Swaggy P, baby. We got to bring a little swag to the team. I believe he can come off the bench and bring some extra energy, something we're going to need in the playoffs. So now it's time to simulate to the next season. We got Lamar Odom retiring, man. Lamar Odom has 2 NBA championships in this series. And Caron Butler is going also. So time to simulate this season all the way to the All-Star break. Let's see what we got going on, baby. So at the All-Star break, let's check out what these boys got going on. So KD coming in, man, making a big splash. 21.4 points per game so far halfway through the season. And my boy Steph is right behind him with 16 a game. And Harden, 11 points per game. All right, so we looking pretty good. I wonder if KD is up for the MVP award. And the standings at the midpoint of the season, you got OKC still up there balling without KD. They're the top of the Western Conference. And Utah is like the 8th seed. And Utah made a big trade by getting LeBron James from Cleveland. So they might end up getting to the playoffs eventually after that big trade. They traded LeBron for Deron Williams. I don't know what kind of logic that is. And on the East side, you got Philly still balling. But we back in 3rd place, baby. We back where we belong. This is the same position we were in last season, but the second half of the season, we went downhill and things got ugly, so we ended up with the 6th seed. We're going to try to get in the 2nd or 3rd place to get a high seed. Some home court advantage will help us in the playoffs, especially the first round. And the MVP candidate, you can see LeBron James there in Utah. He's the leading MVP candidate right now. And you got Devin Harris, D-Wade, Deron Williams in Cleveland. And you got the young boy, Crawford Stewart. So I think LeBron might take this thing, man. But we're going to move on to the end of the season. And you can see Philadelphia wraps up the season with the best record once again. This team right here is balling, bro. And you got OKC with the best record in the Western Conference. And look at Utah jumping all the way to the 3rd spot. LeBron can join any team and turn them into a championship contender immediately. And on the East side, we ended up getting into 2nd place with a 51-31 record. Philly is still on top, but we on their heels, baby. This might be the season. And Deron Williams and the Cleveland Cavaliers, they ended up getting in the playoffs also. So, all right, Cleveland's still balling. They doing a little something. And Milwaukee rounds out the top 8. And my boy KD ended the season averaging 20.9 points per game. Stephen Curry increased his role. He ended up with 18.2, and James Harden stayed at 11 points per game. And the most valuable player, LeBron James, once again in this dynasty, he ended up being the most valuable player. Utah got them one there, baby, averaging 27 points per game. I guess he's getting more of the workload over there, and he loves the West Coast. He's trying to take somebody to the championship, yo. And Eddie Jordan, once again, I know you guys are tired of seeing his name. He is the coach of the year. So let's get to it, baby. It's time to simulate this thing. We're going to be matching up against Deron Williams and the Cleveland Cavaliers in the first round. And it's time to see if we can make it to the finals. So we start this first round with a sweep. And then we're in the second round facing ATL. And ATL, almost got us. So we got them back. It's tied, game 7. We go all the way to the Eastern Conference Final. No Philly in the Eastern Conference Final, so New Jersey took them out. So we got a great chance of getting to the finals, baby. We got another game 7 on our hands. The Timberwolves made it to the finals, and we got there, baby. Whew, that was close. So we're facing the Timberwolves. Okay, so we took game 1. They got game 2. We took game 3. They took game 4. We took game 5. They took game 6, but we ended up taking game 7. And yes, sir, we are finally the NBA champions, y'all. It took us a few seasons, man. We had to get something going. I guess when you add somebody like KD on your team, hey, you're going to get it for sure. So we balled out this year. We ended up finishing the season as the number 2 team in the East. And we walked all the way to the NBA Finals, baby. It was some close series for us, but we got there. And the MVP of the Finals is KD. Add this dude to your team one time, along with Steph and all them, and you're going to get all the way to the NBA Finals, baby. It was pretty fun doing that simulation at the end of this series. You might see a whole series in the future of simulation on some of these older games and see how things turn out. So this team was loaded, man. We did our thing. We got all the way to the finals, and this is how the series is going to end. And we are glad to bring an NBA championship to New York, man. I remember a few seasons ago, I believe, before KD went to Golden State, his eyes was on New York. So imagine if he would have went there. You think KD would have got a championship, man? Maybe if he could have bought some help over there. I'm telling you, for sure. KD is a baller. He's one of the best players in the NBA right now. I want to see what he does next season coming off that Achilles injury. He gonna do his thing. But I appreciate you guys for watching this video. Hit that like button and notification bell. Hey, and subscribe to the channel, baby. The New York Knicks NBA Live 10 series is out of here. So we only gonna be left with 2 series on the channel. And it's gonna be the Madden 25 and the College Hoops 2K8, man. We're gonna run those things back to back. Hopefully we can get those knocked out in the next month or 2, and we'll be on to something bigger, baby. Let's go. It's your boy McGruff, and I'm gonna holler at you guys. 1.